Definitely.
That's one of the simple techniques that they use. Now, if I'm going to use any example, why not use the example of the #1 school and take it to our school? So we are going to be modeling our programs on that city, on that model, the successful model that's going, because I believe our schools can benefit from that. So we're going to be bringing Rise will go into schools. We're going to be starting off working with John Loughborough School, who at the moment are under special measures at the moment, and we hope to get them out of special measures, because you can only stay in special measures a maximum of 2 years. If you're in of 2 years, you are then closed down. So we need to get our own school, a Seventh-day Adventist Church Christian school, in this borough. I'm going to be working closely with that school and getting them out of special measures. And I've been speaking to their Chair of Governor, Sam Davis, who'll be working together with them in helping them. So we'll be bringing this inspirational learning program to the schools, starting probably in April this year.
Okay. Family. Because we touch on all different aspects of yourself, and I know you're a very family man, you're a very proud family man. I mean, how important is family to you, my brother?
Family, I think, for all of us, coming from the Afro-Caribbeans in particular, and I think in general, families are what communities are built on.
Right.
Let's go back to my analogy I used earlier. I said initially, what affects the local communities affects national politics and affects the global politics. Likewise, what happens in your home affects the community as well. And so we have to go to the grass, the basic the cause. And we talk a lot of cause and effect. Well, the root cause of some of the angst we have and the anxiety we have today is the breakdown of the family. The breaking down of the nuclear family, the breaking down of the family values. That has an impact on our lives, and whether we want to admit it or not. And I'm not just gonna. It's very easy to talk about. I think it was Billy Paul, the famous tune. Bring the family back. It was a wonderful record. Bring the family back. And I think we should always play that. One of the things I'll be playing that again. During my campaign.
I'll be find that tune and
bring the family
back.
Wonderful. Listen to the words of that again. Bring the family back. But you know what? The family to me is your grounding. It's your base. It's what it gives you the root. I call it's the root and wings. And what I want to do is give people root and wings. Root means giving them a good grounding, and wings for them to fly. And we call it, one of the programs we talk about is Root and Wings program. And I believe my roots are in my family, and that's where, if you're rooted in something strong, where you can step out from, then you have an opportunity.
That's right.
If you think about it logically, look at life in a logical process of life. If we are building a house, and it's been mentioned in the Bible or that good book, and everywhere we go in life, the logic is there. If you're building a foundation, you need to build it deep, don't you? If you're going to build a house, it takes a long time to build a house, because you build down first before you show the foundation. Okay. Your family is the deep root that you have. That's your roots. You have to dig deep. And if you're rooted in that, then your foundations can be strong. You can grow. If you have no foundation, it's like building the man who built his house on the sand. So, a lot of us, and look today what's happening in our societies, and where governments have come in and tried to take over the running of families. They don't realise they are now making people build their families on sand. And what we have to do is get back to building our families on solid ground again. And be rooted in the family, be rooted in the home. And once we can be rooted again and structured, it's everything. That's what will shape our community for life. How do we get back to that? It's very aspirational, I know. It sounds very good. But the question would be, and listen to this, is how do we get back when we've moved so far away from that? It gets back to it simply by one person in our community deciding to do that. One family at a time. I will try to achieve things one step at a time. I think the reason why we get discouraged at times is because we want to eat too much at the same time. It's a little bit, we want to take the steps too far, too big a step at one time. There's a Chinese philosophy, or it's a Japanese philosophy, it's called Kaizen. And the Kaizen philosophy was about a little improvement daily. Little improvements daily. All we can do is make little improvements daily, and then we can see the fruits of our labour. And it's so important to understand that, we need to just take those small steps, but be ever going forward. Onward, forward, keep going forward, and that's what we have to do. And so, in terms of the family, yes, one family at a time will show the benefits of having a great family. And then also the family, the community is my family. I don't see my family as purely just the family of my home within the four walls of my house. I see my community as my family. Because as a father, I want to father my community. I want to father boys and girls and young people of my community. And that's where I think we should, but it's only because I'm rooted in my family enables me to do that too.
Ah, come on.
So it's important. Let's not get comfortable and just being saying, those who have come from great families, let's not sit down and be relaxed at home in our slippers because we built this great family at home. Great, and I praise you, and I say, you know, I hold up my hand to you. But now you have another job. Your job wasn't just to build your family. Your job was to replicate that success to the community family, the family of Tottenham, the family that can help to shape the lives of other people that may not be as blessed as yourself, you and I. So that is what we were doing.
Okay then. Well, I mean, Neville, if I try to add anything there, I'll probably make a fool of myself, you know, because you've given some kind of clarity, some kind of passion, and you made it quite clear, you know, the family is the basics. It's the basics. And once you're rooted in the family, you know, you have a solid foundation, you know, and that's, to me, is very, very important, you know. Like anything else, you know, Chris is going to ask him, when I ask people coming here, what team you support?
Yeah, I'm passionate about football too. I'm passionate about, and people think I'm passionate about everything. No, I love Chelsea. I go to Chelsea with my son when he's here. I go to as many games as I can, home games as I can. Doug, many years ago, you may be able to get tickets from me years ago. But I love going to watch football. Football is a great tonic for me. I love the psychology of the game. I love the psychology of sportsmen, what it takes to be a sportsman, because you know it replicates life football too, in terms of the teamwork and understanding that. So I love Chelsea. Love Chelsea. I'm passionate about Chelsea.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry saying that, and I live in Tottenham, by the way. I apologise to everyone who's in Tottenham, but Tottenham's my second team. But you know, but Chelsea's my
okay then. Well, Neville, you know, my brother, you have a beautiful soul about you, you know, you're very passionate, you know, you got that kind of loving spirit about you, and one thing is quite clear, those who've been looking up to you, you know, all around the world, they say you're very passionate, you know. The question is now, Neville, what would be the final word you'd like to leave with the our people, you know, what would be the final word?
Believe. I believe strongly that if we can put a sense of belief back into our communities, we can lift ourselves up on our own. We just need to be given a fair and level playing field.
Right.
And we can grow our community. So I just want people of all communities, because my community here is replicated around the world. My community in Tottenham, there are many communities who can mirror the community of Tottenham just around the world. But we just have to understand, together we can make it happen, because that's important, together. You know, they say there's no I in team. And people said, I hear someone say, but Neville, there's an I in win. But you know what is an I in win? So, but I do believe that team ethic, and team means all sections of our community. Let's work together as a community to change things, because together we can make things happen.
Okay then. Well, at this point here, you know, we're really glad, lucky, you know, as we're speaking, we're making history, because Neville will be the independent of Tottenham, because you know, once he can see it, it's a done deal, you know. And Neville, we're really glad to have you in Tony's Barber Shop.
Thanks.
And Tony, Neville, this is your life.
Thank you, Doug.
This is your life.
Thank you, Doug.
We love you.
And thank you to Tony for giving us the opportunity to come in today and working with a business like Tony's. And these are the sort of businesses that, you know, I and many of the people in support team will be working to support and help and develop and grow. So, yeah, you know, thank you again, Tony, for allowing us this opportunity.